My name is Charlie Achterkirch. I'm a co-owner of Eurocharged Minneapolis with AJ, as some of your viewers may have already become familiar. This is my 2014 Mercedes Benz C63 AMG. Started off with Eurocharged Stage 1 tune, and from there it's turned into much more. At one point in time I had an ESS supercharger on it. We estimate that it made somewhere around 600 to 650 wheel before I had the unfortunate circumstance of an intercooler pump failure. Ended up cracking a piston. We dropped the motor out of it. Fortunately, there was no severe damage to the block, so we were able to get our own forged pistons made for it, put it back together. And I've been driving it it's got about 5,000 miles on it since it's been rebuilt. I've been daily driving this car, really enjoy it. It makes all the right noises. It's very sleek and low profile with regards to just the standard passerby, which is something I've really enjoyed, but it's as much fun as any car I've ever had the experience of driving. M156 that's in it, the naturally aspirated large 6.2 liter V8, was that exhaust note and just that power was what drew me to it in the first place. Love the refinement of the German engineered vehicle. Relatively stock or modified the way a number of the enthusiasts modify this car. It's got American Racing long tube headers, a factory exhaust from there, forged pistons, row airboxes, rest of world airboxes, and a Eurocharged tune. I have a fear that this is going to be the car that got away. I have a fear that when I sell this, it's going to be a car I look back on and say, I regret selling it. I'm excited about the opportunity I have with the car that I'm replacing it with, but I don't think a vehicle like this is going to exist in the future. I think the internal combustion engine, certainly large naturally aspirated V8s, are anything but certain. Something that is as clean as this car is, as low mileage, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to replace it without it being a true collector, high dollar value car, at which point in time I would find myself being interested in something like that versus a new supercar. This has been a very fun car that I've done quite a bit of work with. Both modifications for performance as well as aesthetic for my taste profile for how I like my cars to look. One of the things that is very unique about this car that I truly enjoy is this hood. It's a carbon fiber hood meant to replicate the 507 or Black Series. So you get the vents here. But the thing that makes this really unique is I had a paint shop do a progressive tint on the hood so that by the time you get to the edge of the hood, it matches the black paint. It was really kind of unique. I was looking at, there's guys that have painted stripes to get it to match, because what I really didn't like was the sharp contrast line you would get from the carbon fiber against the black paint. This resolved that. Other thing that I'm really kind of proud of and enjoy about this car that will be hanging when I sell this car, I'm taking off and going to put on the garage wall and keep permanently, is this carbon fiber star. That is true carbon fiber. It's not a wrap. It was made custom. Carbon fiber splitter, vinyl wrap on the grille pieces, tinted headlights, replacement of the corner markers to get rid of the old orange ones to do LEDs, smoked. We've been talking off camera that cars are about experiences, and they're not meant to be parked in a garage, in my opinion, and stored for the next owner out of concern that I might put too many miles on it or I might use the car too much. That's not my approach. I enjoy these vehicles. I understand that there is a cost for being in this community and having these types of vehicles, and it's something I'm comfortable with. It's something that I look at as entertainment. I look at as a way to experience life the way I want to live it. This car plays a very integral part in my ownership of Eurocharged Minneapolis. It's what put me in touch with the brand and what ultimately led to the possibility of being involved came from. That business has become more than I expected it to become. It was initially a passion hobby that I looked at as something fun to be involved in, something that I would be able to be around fun, fast cars. And it's turned into something more than that. I've appreciated the journey to get to where it is, to consider it a mature business at this point in time. And I've enjoyed that. I've had a fantastic business partner along the way who probably doesn't get enough credit for the time he's put in that I haven't been able to. I've got a full-time career outside of Eurocharged that I'm very passionate about as well. As far as suspension or brakes, we've done a racing brake 2-piece front rotor. When I burned up a set of rotors at BIR, it was time to do something new, so these saved quite a bit of weight. And then the car is lowered on, and I don't know the pronunciation, I think it's Vogland springs. Nice progressive rate, factory-like ride, but it does give it a nice drop and a nice stance. Being a part of the car community, having the experiences that I've had has been a part of who I am. I enjoy cars. My friends know me as a car guy. Most of my friends are interested in cars to some extent. I think everyone in the car community kind of gravitates to other individuals that like to talk about cars. And if we're not talking about them, we like to be out driving them. And that's kind of my community. That's who I hang out with. That's what I do with my spare time. And I consider myself extremely fortunate to have this be a part of my life, to have this be my interests, and to be able to participate in a lot of the things I get to do. The exhaust, as I was saying, is factory from the resonator back. The American Racing makes the headers, so it's a 4-to-1 long tube. And that's what gives this thing its unbelievable bark. Cheers to vaccines,
yes,
right?
Yes, exactly.
This is the first time I've had anyone besides my wife in my car for over a year.
So we are on a private road, obviously. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That downshift. We're in second now?
Yeah.
That torque, man. What did you say it's running for torque? Approximately, roughly?
If I had to make a guess, it's going to be mid to high 4s.
Wow. Yeah, it's just the sound of a V8, it's like no other.
Yeah, this one makes some fun noises, and I don't know if I'll ever have a car that makes noises like it again. So it's bittersweet, but
yeah, I think there'll be a time where we'll just kind of reminisce about the big V8 engines.
They'll be like gated manuals.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this with the M3, what is it, E92 had the V8.
Yeah. Amazing sounding car.
We'll never see those cars again. I mean, no one's going to produce a V8 ever again.
Yeah.
What would be your go-to electric vehicle, since that's just kind of where we're going to be headed?
I don't know yet.
Have you accepted it?
I know it's where we're going.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm excited about it yet.
Right. Same.
Obviously, the potential is there for some really amazing performance cars. So we'll see what comes. I'm gonna hang. I don't consider myself a purist by any sense, but
you're not brand loyal.
No, but I'm gonna hang on to naturally aspirated or internal combustion as long as I can.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, I still don't know. I mean, like, it's still obviously very early on, but it could go anywhere. I mean, the potential's there, but like, I don't know. For me, I'll always miss this, you know, the sounds obviously, but the smells, you know what I mean, the shaking, like everything. Golly.
We'll do one quick jog out here on the closed road. And
yes, on the closed highway that we rented today.
Yeah.
And the more you get on it, like the more I sink into the seat. Like the seats are perfect.
They hug. I mean,
it's so. I mean, I'm a bigger guy, I would consider. So I mean, these are not uncomfortable by any means, but they hug me perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a perfect spooning partner. I mean, it's
it holds you when it needs to, and I think we can all appreciate that.
Oh yeah, she gets still happy. That is funny. Well, I appreciate it again, Charlie.
Yeah.
This has been.
Thanks for indulging me.
Yeah, and I hope you can take this away and miss it even more. You'll always have something to look back on.
Exactly. I'll have something to look back on, and also I can, watch this and kick myself for being able to see the fact that I'm going to regret selling this car and doing it anyways. So.
Yeah, future Charlie. Well, thanks again, and I'll have all of Charlie's information for Eurocharged again in the description of the video, and we will see you guys on the next video.